Hi, my name is Karen, and I'm an American lay student of Ajahn Suchart's, or Phra Ajahn Suchart Abhijato, who has given me his permission to read his books to you for free. Ajahn Suchart's books and talks are always free. Any ads you may see or hear in this recording are put there by Google for its own revenue in exchange for letting us use their platform for free. Please forgive me for any mispronunciations of names or words and for any background noises, as I'm just making these recordings in an apartment with an unruly dog and sometimes noisy neighbors and street noise and such. So this is going to be my first book that I'm reading of Ajahn Suchart's, and if nothing goes wrong, I'll be reading many more. I am actually re-recording the first recording now, so I happen to know that there will be 12 recordings altogether to complete reading all of the text from Against the Defilements. So let's begin. So Against the Defilements, and each recording, by the way, will be roughly 20 minutes. The last one is, I think, closer to 30, just because it worked out better to just go ahead and finish it. Okay, so the title is Against the Defilements, a collection of translated excerpts from Phra Ajahn Suchart Abhijato's Dhamma talks. This book, this collection of translated excerpts from Dhamma talks by Phra Ajahn Suchart Abhijato are copyrighted April 2017 from Wat Yansang Wararam, otherwise known as Wat Yan, in Bang Samung Lamung, Chonburi, Thailand. And I apologize, I'm learning to pronounce Thai and Pali, but I'm still not very good at it, and I very much apologize for that. So in here, there's a page that says, for free distribution only, and in quotes, Dhamma should not be sold like goods in the marketplace, unquote. Permission to reproduce the contents contained in this publication in any way for non-commercial purposes as a gift of Dhamma is hereby granted. No further permission need be obtained. Reproduction in any way for commercial gain is strictly prohibited. The contents contained in this publication may not be modified in any way. This book is available for free download at prasuchart.com, and that is spelled, it's PHRASUCHART.com, so prasuchart.com, and at kamatana.com, and that is spelled KAMMATTHANA.com. One reason that someone might want to download this as opposed to just listening to them, or in addition to, is because there's a beautiful glossary at the end, very thorough, and it's just lovely. And there are a lot of really lovely photographs in it. So just to give you that information, as reasons that you might want to go ahead and download your own, and it's free. You can also ask Ajahn Suchart's assistant. The assistant's email is listed on his website and on the Facebook page for Ajahn Suchart, and you can email and ask that a hard copy be mailed to you as well, and it's also free, but that is also an option. All right. This book is a collection of translated excerpts from various Dhamma talks given by Phra Ajahn Suchart Abhijato at the Chula Dhamma Sala on Khao Chi An of Wat Yansang Wararam, Chonburi. And I'm just scrolling past photos. When I miss pages, it's only because there are just photos or quotes of text that's coming up. That's how the book is laid out. So when I skip past pages, don't worry about what was on those pages or if I made a mistake. You will hear all of the text of the entire book. I'm just skipping past pages of these beautiful photographs and quotes from text coming up in the next section. They're like teasers. Biography. Phra Ajahn Suchart Abhijato was born on 2 November 1947. His father put him under the care of his grandmother, who was living in Suphanburi, when he was 2 years old, due to his father's demanding work schedule. Phra Ajahn Suchart had an interest in the Dhamma since he was in grade school at the Seventh-day Adventist Ekamai School in Bangkok, which is now Ekamai International School. After graduating high school, he went to study civil engineering at California State University, Fresno, in the United States. He returned to Thailand once he had completed his degree and was running an ice cream parlor for a short while. An English Dhamma book on impermanence, anicca, translated by a foreign monk from the Buddhist canon, Tipitaka, inspired him to search for a true happiness through ordination. Phra Ajahn Suchart decided to become a monk when he was 27 years of age. He was ordained at Wat Bowarniwe in Bangkok on 19 February 1975 with Samdet Phra Nanasanwara, the late Supreme Patriarch Samdet Phra Sangharaja, as his preceptor. His parents had no objection to his ordination as it was his choice. And here's a little insert of a quote of Ajahn Suchart. As to why I ordained, I didn't ordain because I was heartbroken. I never had a girlfriend. I never experienced any loss. My parents were still alive. I wouldn't know what to be heartbroken about. I wouldn't know what to grieve for. If you were to ask me whether I experienced suffering or of what kind, I'd say that I just didn't really feel happy. The happiness that I felt didn't last. The happiness from partying and socializing was very short-lived. Once it's gone, then the sadness and loneliness kicked in again. So then you have to socialize and party again. And this cycle keeps on going, so I got sick and tired of it. I thought there must be something better than this. Once I've read Dhamma books, I found out that there is. So I started meditating and realized that this kind of happiness is real. Once you've experienced it, you feel at ease, and there is no need to rely or depend on anyone. You don't even need money, whereas socializing and partying require money. Once I've gained concentration, samadhi, I got hooked and started wanting to become more and more absorbed in it. I wanted to be in samadhi all day and all night. So then you have to practice around the clock. About 6 weeks after ordination, Phra Ajahn Suchart traveled to Wat Paban Tad to stay for the Rains Retreat with Wangta Mahabua Nanasampanyo in Udon Thani. He stayed there for 9 years, from his first to his ninth Rains Retreat. He recounted his experience at Wat Paban Tad as follows. I just simply carried on being a monk when I was at Wat Paban Tad. I normally don't enjoy chatting with anyone or getting involved. So when I was there, I was simply trying to carry out my duties. I meditated and practiced on my own. Once I finished my chores and duties, I would just return to my place and do both sitting and walking meditation. When Luangta called for a meeting, I would attend to listen to his talk. But I never had a chance to really speak to him because I didn't really feel the need to. He already taught about everything in his Dhamma talks, ranging from precepts, sila, concentration, samadhi, and wisdom, panya, to liberation, vimutti. I also read and relied on his Dhamma books. There were only 2 or 3 of them at the time. The biography of Luang Pumun, Patipada, and The Mind's Glasses, Wan Duang Jai. I mainly read these 3 and one other book, which was his Dhamma talk in English from the trip he made to London, England. So I used these books and spent about an hour each day to further my knowledge, and so there was no need to bother him. I also didn't want to get involved with anything or anyone at the time. I really enjoyed being by myself. I enjoyed tackling my own defilements and craving and addressing my own issues. so I wasn't interested in dealing with anyone, not even monks. After his time at Wat Paban Thad, Phra Ajahn Suchart returned to Pattaya and stayed at Wat Bodhi Sampan Chamburi for 1 year. He then moved to Wat Yansangwararam in 1984 and has resided there until present. Phra Ajahn Suchart was conferred a monastic title along with an emblematic fan on 5 December 1993. He was also promoted to become the assistant abbot in charge of monks' Dhamma practice and looking after the monastery's land and premises. I'm scrolling past a photo, and then here is a page with quotes from Luangta Mahabua about Ajahn Suchart. So it says, Luangta Mahabua's words. Tanachart is from Pattaya. Right after he was ordained, he came to stay at Wat Paban Thad and was trained here for a long time. He went to Wat Yansangwararam after leaving here and has been there up until now. He seems to be very disciplined, someone with a firm resolution, and that was from 5 September 2007. And there are 2 more. This next one is from 13 December 2006, and it says, he, Ajahn Suchart, has always been very moderate and preferred his solitude. He is very good at retaining the teachings and practices of respectable teachers. And then the last one is from 18 April 2006. I feel that he is good at passing on the proper teachings and practices. He is calm and restrained. He is not interested in other people's business or getting involved with anyone. That is why I would pay him a visit. And I'm scrolling past some pages with illustrations. All right. There are 3 chapters in this book. The first chapter is Putujana, ordinary people, those who go with the flow. The second one is Samana, monastics, those who choose to go against the flow. I guess it's Samana. And Marana Sati, the recollection of death, is the 3rd chapter. So we're going to start with the first chapter, Putujana, ordinary people, those who go with the flow. And that starts on, the text starts on page 24. We all have past merit, punya, and that is why we are born as humans. It is just a matter of whether you make use of this past merit. It could also be that the past merit is being thwarted by past actions, karma. To be born as a human means that you already possess a lot of good merit. To come across Buddhism is, in fact, the highest form of merit. But the amount of benefit you may gain from it does vary. It is like how you choose to spend money you've gained. You could invest it to make a profit. You could also spend it on gambling, eating, and drinking, and partying, and going out, and it will all soon be gone. This is also how it is with our lives. If you live just to indulge in sensual pleasures, the past merit that you accumulated will soon be gone. However, if you live to cultivate merit through meditation practice and listening to Dhamma talks, the amount of merit you own will increase. And scrolling to page 26. You cannot change your past actions, karma, but you can change your future karma by not creating any new karma. When you do good deeds, you will do fewer bad deeds. When you give and practice generosity, dana, you will develop moral virtue, sila. You will not want to commit any sin or kama. This is because merit-making instills in you loving-kindness, metta, compassion, karuna, and empathy for others. You'd take other people's feelings into consideration with all of your actions. You want others to be happy, so you make merit. You prepare and offer food to monks because you want them to be happy. This makes you not want to cause trouble for others. But if you don't make merit, you will keep no matter how much money you've earned. When someone tries to take your money, you may even kill one another. This is because you're still attached to your possessions. So when someone tries to take them from you, you will fight for them. However, if you train yourself to give regularly, you will be able to give things away when someone tries to take something from you. That is also a form of merit making. Instead of getting angry and upset with them, you just give those things to them. Instead of wanting to hurt them, you just think that you'd better pay back what you might have owed them in the past. If they're able to take your possessions, so let them. If they're able to trick you out of your money, so let them. If they're able to steal from you, you won't complain about it. When your possessions are gone, you will not be angry at or hate them. This is because you'd consider it as merit-making through giving. And scrolling down to the next section starting on page 28. Your thoughts can be both skillful, kusala, and unskillful, akusala. When monks chant at a funeral, kusala Dhamma, akusala Dhamma, Abhijato Dhamma, it means there are three kinds of thoughts or mental concoctions: skillful, unskillful, and neither skillful nor unskillful. If you think in a skillful way, it will bring you peace of mind. If you think in an unskillful way, it will cause you mental agitation and discontent, dukkha. If you think in a way that is neither skillful nor unskillful, it will not bring you peace of mind and contentment, nor mental agitation and discontent. However, thinking in such a way is not comparable to thinking in a skillful way, one that is in line with the path, magga, because thinking in a skillful way will bring you peace of mind and sense of ease. If you think in an unskillful way, it will be in line with your various cravings, pointing to the arising of discontent, samudaya. For instance, when you're alone, you might want to go meet friends, to drink tea or coffee or eat desserts, or to search for things on television and in books. If you think in such a way, it is considered unskillful because it causes craving for the mind. So you cannot remain still, thus seeking out things to have and do. Your actions would only gratify your cravings temporarily. After a short while, your thoughts and cravings would arise again, because they have become your habit. Whatever you've enjoyed doing, you will always think about that. Once you've done it for a while, you will get tired and stop doing it. But after getting some rest, you will think about it again. Your life repeats in cycles of acting on these insatiable cravings. If you take note of yourself, you will see that you've acted according to your craving since the day you were born. Have you ever had enough? Have you ever felt truly satisfied? Haven't you done enough? You've seen enough movies and shows. You've been to enough parties. You've traveled around and been to enough places. Perhaps it's time to stop. However, such a feeling has never crossed your mind due to the nature of your craving. The Buddha once said that our craving is boundless and limitless. Quote, no matter how big the ocean is, it still has a boundary. But it is not so with our craving, for craving has no bounds nor limits. Once a craving has arisen, it will continue on and grow stronger and stronger. Close quote. This is just like people say, when you have an inch, you want a whole foot. When you have a foot, you want a whole yard. This is just how it is. Our craving just keeps multiplying on and on. So who bears the burden of gratifying these cravings? It is the mind that is in charge and gives a command to seek things. So you have to act accordingly. Once you've done it, it is only happy for a little while. There will soon be a new command to seek other things, and so you have to act on it again. If you cannot get the things you want, then sorrow and sadness follow. Disappointment and suffering arise. Suffering also prevails when you lose the things you've already obtained. And I'm scrolling to the next section on page 32. The Buddha said, Bara have panchakanda. The 5 aggregates are a very heavy burden. When you wake up, you have to feed your body and then walk after finishing your meal. You have to change your postures regularly and to take a bath. You have to do a lot of things. For example, when someone comes to see me, I have to give them a Dhamma talk, teach them, and speak to them. These are all work. Without a body, you will be at ease, and there will be no need to take care of the body. The mind can be separated from the body. That is to know what the mind is, what the body is, what makes the mind happy, and what makes it suffer. When the mind is aware of its nature and able to discern what causes suffering and agitation, then it will become disengaged. So it is better to let things be as they are. If you can still continue living, then do so. When you can no longer do so, when it is time to leave, then leave. No one can live forever. We all have to die one day. So you should make it count and not waste it while you still have the opportunity. While you are still alive, you should practice Dhamma and cultivate merit and perfections, parami, to make spiritual progress. It will bring more peace and calm to the mind, as well as wisdom, in order to fight against your mental defilements, kilesas, namely craving, passion, and hatred. These defilements are the things you have to address more than anything else. As for other people, you don't need to fix or change them, because we all have to rely on ourselves in the end. No one can fix or change anyone else. You only have to see to yourself by relying on the teachings of those who know, such as the Buddha and his noble disciples. The Buddha cannot eradicate your defilements, and neither can any respectable teacher. They can only advise you on the methods to do so. But if you don't make use of their methods, you then cannot rid yourself of the defilements. The body is a means to cure issues of the heart. You need your body to listen to the Dhamma. Once you've listened, you can put your body to work to get rid of the defilements. It is to practice walking and sitting meditation in order to fight against the defilements. The defilements also need your body to carry out their work. They use your body to go out, watch movies, listen to music, eat, and drink. The defilements need your body, and so do you. So you have to drag yourself to get on a walking meditation path and to go to the temple. Do not let yourself go along with the defilements. Once you can resist the power of the defilements, your craving and defilements will gradually disappear. Nothing can then disturb your mind. You'll be at ease and happy wherever you are. Whether it is to sit, walk, or sleep, you'll be happy inside because there is nothing to trouble your mind. There is no craving or wanting of anything from the outside world. You live and eat only out of physical necessity to maintain your body, but your mind no longer has any craving to have or to be. We're going to end there and start up in recording number 2 on page 36 of Against the Defilements by Ajahn Suchart. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time with metta. Bye-bye.